Friends, how are you? Igor Pechkovskyi is here, Woodinville, Bellevue Comments, your trusted real estate advisor on the Eastside Seattle metro areas. We're almost wrapping up 2024. Can you believe it? We're in November. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, Christmas, and we'll be in 2025. It's exciting. It's a little scary of how fast time goes, but today is all about the market, where we are, end of the year. I have some numbers for you. I'm gonna make it super simple. Maybe make a prediction or two, but probably next month is a better time for that. But I'll tell you exactly what's going on, so stay tuned. Like this video, share, and let's rock and roll. Before I show you the numbers, we are just finished our election cycle. We've got a new president, and folks been waiting to see what happens, and my typical response, none would really happen or change what's supposed to change. No matter who the president really is, what markets usually like the most is certainty, right? And now that elections are over, there is some certainty for us to look into a future and say, the interest rates probably would continue to be dropped or cut, whatever the word you use. We might have some tax cuts in the following years, which there is some money, as you've probably seen, is around to be spent. Stock markets, picked up quite a bit, and I do believe that our real estate will continue to do well. I can't speak for the entire country, but for the East Side, King County, Pierce County, Snohomish County, we are in a good position, and the numbers are a proof of that. So that's the first thing that I'd say, kind of leaning into 2025. The other thing that folks are asking me, usually the same question, is like, how is the market? The market is very stable and very seasonal, right? So usually, as you've seen on previous videos, your January to June is equity gaining months, and second half of the year is typically a slower time of the year. So around this time, you'll see fewer listings go in the market, right? Like less inventory, because it's not like the inventory won't sell well in December. It still can do fine, depends on the price and condition and all. But most of the time, folks are usually around the holidays period, around this time. So the listings will be hitting the market most likely in January. You'll see a lot of activity. But at the same time, as there are fewer listings, there are fewer buyers in the market, as a lot of people look to travel for holidays and do all of that. So if you are a buyer, typically this is the time. All the best deals that we've got for clients usually would happen around this time. There are some listings that have been sitting on the market for quite a bit. Those sellers would want to get them signed and done and be in a contract. So I'd say if you're a buyer, this is a good time to stay as active as you are, to keep on looking and not to wait for the next year. So let me show you that in numbers. Let me show you and prove that what I say is exactly what it is. Let's review. We'll start with the East Side. The East Side, my favorite, the home of our operation. So the inventory, we're looking at residential only. By the way, the condo market is a different beast. I don't break down those numbers here, but the condo market has a lot of inventory. It's pretty much like a buyer's market. There are a lot of options. That market doesn't necessarily appreciate or does as well as residential market. But condos are always been to me like the lifestyle play, right? Like if you want to live downtown Bellevue or Seattle or whatever, you got to buy a condo, right? Like, because that condo would allow you to have that lifestyle. So if you're looking for condos, this is the best of the best of the best times you could get. As we'll see what Amazon does and other different companies of having employees come back to work in offices over the next couple of years, we might see that inventory shrink. But for the residential, we're at 1.2 months of inventory. That's where, coming from the last months, we had a bit more. Towards the end of the year, that inventory shrinks because there is nothing really new popping on the market, and whatever we had before does go pending. So there isn't too many options, just like I said, for the inventory to choose from. But over asking, we have still, as of the last month, 37% of homes sold over asking. And 13% of homes, that second number over there, as you see, sold at asking, meaning that is what? 50%, still half of all homes, they sell fast, in full price. When I mean fast, within the week, in full price. So that is more than a stable market to me. That is a pretty strong seller's market, even at this time of the year, even at interest rates being of what they are today. And I'll tell you this, by the way, it's a little bit interesting, but interest rates, they actually went up. So the federal rate went down, like the first cut Fed did 0.5%, and just recently last week did another quarter, which is fantastic for many businesses. It's really, really important. But we actually seen mortgage rates pick up a bit. So they've been in low 6, now a bit more to mid 6. How it works, just reach out. I'll save time not explaining why they went up, but it's a bit remarkable. So even with that price, our median on the east side is 1.55, which is still 9%, 9% appreciation over the last year, with interest rates being at 6.5%. I think it says that our market is pretty resilient, is pretty strong, and is doing just fine. That's where that east side market is. Going into next year, as hopefully rates will go down under 6, I think it's a high probability for the market to keep being strong, right? I'm not preaching 20% appreciations year over year. That is not sustainable. But I think 9, 8 is a pretty strong market. Let's go and look into Seattle. All right, Seattle market right away, and we'll make this fast. I made all my points already. So 1.8 months of inventory. It's quite more than the east side. Seattle had always been, they actually, as much hard times I could give to Seattle, like they've done really, really well with keeping that affordability somehow under control. Because think about it, I'll show you the median price, but it's almost like half. It's a little less than the half of what the east side median price is. The reason for it, they have more inventory to sell. They are building a lot more homes than the east side, because in the east side we have to turn down one house to build one house. In Seattle, the inventory of townhomes is crucial to that market. You knock down one house, they build 4 townhomes. They have a bit more flexible building codes to allow more ADUs and DADUs and all of that. So that allowed them to have a lot more inventory, 1.8 months, which in other words, in English, where is my slide? The median price is at $972. So $972 is quite a bit more affordable than $1.55 million versus what we have on the east side. Still, $972 for the median is still up 8% year over year, meaning that Seattle is doing quite well because more inventory, still a lot of 8% in my mind is a lot of appreciation year over year. It's really, really a lot when it comes to housing. And you have 32% and 20%. 32% sold over asking, 20% at asking. That's 52% of homes that are selling, at asking or above, which is more than half. That means that that market for this time of the year, which is the slowest time of the year, that means that it's doing very, very good. All right, let's bombard through Snohomish and wrap up. All right, let's rock and roll. One last one. Snohomish County, the entire county. A lot of times I keep track of folks moving north, right? Because as the Bellevue is so expensive, a lot of people would move north. Bothell is not what it used to be 5 years ago. It's a very vibrant city at this point. We have communities, right? Where can you buy like a brand new home for $800K? Brand new home, $800K. Where would you go? Well, today, to find one of those communities where they build a few hundred homes, you're either all the way in Marysville, probably, or all the way down south in Black Diamond, which is a bit of a ride. When you get there, it's amazing, right? Marysville is amazing, beautiful city, Black Diamond, love it. But the time to travel, right? The way that our market, I mean, 155 at current interest rates is $9,000 a month, probably even $10,000 a month. That's a lot of over mortgage payment to pay. So if you're looking for something more affordable and still new, you have to travel. And a lot of people travel north. So that's why we look at those numbers. Inventory, 1.4 months, that's seller's market. That's still not enough of inventory, right? There are a few homes to pick from, but we're just not building enough. So inventory is short. The median price, $810,000. $810,000 for Snohomish County as the whole county. It's 11% over year. That's a lot. That's really a lot. If you bought a home for 500 grand, I mean, I don't know if you can find one. Let's say if you bought a home there for 700,000, today is 770, right? Like for a lot of people, like the median income is $70,000 or 80 for the family. So that appreciation of $70,000 in the house is a lot of money to a lot of people. So anyhow, I just have a lot of coffee in me, so stay with me. And still the market 26% over asking, 19% at asking. That is coming up 45. Did I do that math correctly? Yes, 45%, still very, very good. So let's wrap up. Friends, I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, it all makes sense, right? When we look at numbers, when we discuss this thing. So if anything we can do for you, always happy to be a resource. Just call, ask, share it with friends, put your comments, let us know how we're doing. I hope you found this video helpful. Reach out to me for more if needed. And yeah, I'll see you the next months. Happy holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully this video come out before that, but all the best. Enjoy and talk to you later. Bye-bye.